British Hong Kong businessman Jimmy Lai just sentenced to 20 years in prison. He's 78 years old, really dire health conditions. It's ultimately a death sentence. What message is Beijing sending with this sentencing?
Well, they're showing their true colors, and that's total intolerance. They crush anyone who speaks anything contrary to the Chinese Communist Party's rule, and it's a draconian rule at that. They are misusing, we know they would, the so-called security law in Hong Kong. So every man and woman, including international business people, need to be very wary about anything they do in Hong Kong. Matter of fact, if this doesn't have an impact on their concern, that they too could be at risk. I mean, Jimmy Lai is a great man, not a good man, he's a great man who spoke truth to power, did it in a very, very non-confrontational way in terms of the way he went about writing. And Apple Daily did an amazing job in calling for democracy and human rights observance. Respect the basic law, which has been thrown out the window by the Chinese Communist Party leaders. We all need now to rally behind him. I had Sebastian, his son, testify at one of my hearings. Brilliant, a chip off the old block, as I told him. Just an amazing young man, and ditto for Claire, his daughter. So we need to rally as never before, because this is a major, major worsening. It's a microcosm of Tiananmen Square to do this to such a brave and noble man.
Congressman, at the center of this trial was the relatively new national security law that ultimately outlawed anything in Hong Kong that Beijing didn't approve of. Talk to us more about the intention and impact of this policy and how detrimental it's been to Hong Kong.
Well, I think this is ruinous of Hong Kong. It used to be an economic gem. It used to be one of the greatest places on earth where people would trade. It was a rather significant departure from the Beijing line. They promised a whole lot of things when the British gave up Hong Kong, including the UK-Sino treaty, as well as saying that they would observe the basic law, which looks a lot like the American Bill of Rights and protections, all built in. And all of it, under Xi Jinping, has been jettisoned for dictatorship. So I think Hong Kong now, and anyone who thinks they can do business there, watch out. I have a bill in right now that's going to be worked up in the Committee on Foreign Affairs about all these Americans who are being arrested in China with these bogus trials.
Congressman, President Trump is expected to visit China in April. How should human rights be discussed in the negotiations and discussions with China?
I think human rights should be at the core of that conversation. In the past, we've had presidents, especially Bill Clinton, who gave up the human rights linkage to most favored nation status on May 26, 1994. And in my opinion, that's when we lost our leverage with the Chinese, because we said, trade all you want. We're not going to hold you to account. So the president, I think, needs to make this, especially in light of Jimmy Lai, the cornerstone of his conversations with Xi Jinping.